Why they haunt? Why they haunt? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, yeah.
Man, you know what? I'm starting to really love it. I hated it at first, but I love it. People are starting to say that it's getting stuck in their head and they find themselves singing our tune. I'm about to say our tomb song. Ooh, maybe it is a tomb song.
It's the tomb song. Our tomb
They're
song.
singing our tomb song.
They're going to sing it at my funeral. He wants that song playing in repeat in his tomb.
That's funny, man.
Yeah, for everyone.
Mark, I'm going to get straight to it, bro. Because I know why the people are here, man. So let me give it to them. Let me give it to them straight. Because they see the guns out. I know what you're thinking. Dalen, did you just leave the gym? Or are you coming from a 1980s workout video? Spirit fingers. Let's get to it. Welcome to the only show that connects true crime stories with the paranormal. This is where we dive deep into the lives of infamous ghosts. We will unravel the mysteries behind their haunting presence. And we get down to the bottom of one simple question. And that is, why do they haunt? I am the bad boy of paranormal himself. You see the guns. Dalen Spratt.
And I am the ghost brother from another mother, Mark T.
There it is. Mark, man, I'm starting to love what we do more than I love any other job that I have ever jobbed in my life.
True. And they say it's not a job if you love what you do. And this, I have more fun doing this than literally anything I've ever done. And that includes working at Discovery Zone, like that indoor playground that was big in the 90s. I did that. And this is better than that.
Oh, wow. Listen, man, as bad as I want to know more about that job, that's not why we're here today. We are here today. We want to know who is haunting us today, Mark. Come on, man. Get to it.
Well, I don't. For once, I don't have just one, but a multiple array of people, because we are taking you to the most haunted hotel in Nashville, Tennessee. The Hermitage Hotel. Now, the Hermitage Hotel is literally the only 5-star hotel in Nashville. And why is that significant? Well, a couple reasons. One, to be a 5-star hotel is like super prestigious and takes a lot of things. Because if you get checkmark strikes against you, there goes that 5th star. And also, if you're a 5-star hotel, you can charge whatever you want for a room. There is no room cap. So very important that this is a prominent, prestigious 5-star hotel, Hermitage Hotel, only one in Nashville. Go there if you can afford it. And if you want to get spooked, because this is the most haunted hotel in Nashville.
So is that still a thing to this day? Like if you're a 5-star hotel, you can legally charge whatever you want?
Yeah. So there are laws, like if you go to them seedy motel, next to a gas station, and
we call those 2 for 20s. Those are called 2 for 20s.
Well, they have like a little sign on the door. It says maximum rate for this hotel is $195 or something like that. That's a law.
Oh, I've seen that. I've seen that.
Yeah, but that's to prevent price gouging. However, at the Hermitage or any 5-star hotel, you don't have to worry about it. But that's why it's so hard to become a 5-star hotel. And that's why it's not even, there's no hotel in Nashville other than this place, which was built in 1910. So, I mean, we're talking, a 120 some year old building that's been as haunted just because of the residual energy alone from the location. It's right next to the state capitol. So there's a lot of haunted residual energy based around the Hermitage Hotel. And there are multiple ghosts there, like the infamous Lady in Blue, who is said to haunt the 9th floor, walking up and down the hallways, in and out of rooms. She's also got things missing. You'll see women complain about missing mirrors or combs or brushes or them being moved mysteriously. And then at night, there have been multiple calls down to the lobby of hearing not just a woman screaming, but also an infant child.
And serious?
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a child, there is a woman, a lady in blue. And then down in the lobby, there's been mysterious things happening. Like you'll see the grand mirror in the lobby of the Hermitage Hotel is a really big mirror. It's beautiful, but it cracks right before everyone's eyes. And then you look away for a second, no crack.
Are you okay? Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's a ballroom that's off to the side of the lobby. And it's huge, massive football field sized ballroom, multiple parties, all in the roaring 20s, in the 1930s, all the way, that was actually a place for John F. Kennedy's, headquarters in his Nashville home base when he was running for president, right there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And the Hermitage Hotel is also prominent for being known as the leading hotel or the leading meeting place of the 1919 suffrage movement, which gave women the right to vote.
Okay. So a lot used to go down.
There's also a couple ghostly haunting the ballroom that can be seen dancing, whether there's a party going on or not. And so I guess the question is who are these people? And that's why you have me.
You the investigator, like the investigator with the regulator.
Oh, I'm the regulator investigator.
I like that. I like that.
Okay, you like as long as you like it. That's all that matters to me. I need a nickname for investigation. But either way, I did some digging and I did my little do, and I came up with some crazy coincidences. Crazy. And what do I think of coincidences?
I'm gonna go with don't believe in them for 500, Mark.
That's correct, and you are the winner. I do not believe in them. I hate them. There's no such thing. This is the most coincidental thing I've ever seen, and you're gonna blow your mind when you hear about this. So, what were you doing in 1930?
What month are we talking?
August. Ish, summer 25th.
Oh, summer of 1930.
Yeah,
man,
summer,
that's back when I met,
late summer. Yeah,
that's back when I met old pretty green-eyed Stacy.
Wow.
She was sitting over yonder under that good old willow tree, and I said, "Excuse me, ma'am," and she said, "Yes, sir." I said, "Ma'am, do you mind if a gentleman likes me comes and keeps you company?" And she looked at me and. You just took me back. You took me back.
I could see you. Bow tie.
Right? Bow tie. Right.
Dapper.
I definitely have a hat.
Hat. Yeah.
Were you there?
Suspenders.
Were you the white guy sitting in the park?
Seersucker. I was the guy in the seersucker.
You were the white guy in the seersucker suit?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Reading the newspaper. Mm-hmm. And feeding the ducks.
We saw you.
Yeah.
We saw you.
I tapped my cap to you because I knew the future. I knew what was coming. I knew little Axel was on the way. So
100 years later.
Yeah. So, well, here's the crazy part. On August 25th, 1930, a woman by the name of Jenny Schulzberger Frank unalives herself in a bedroom in the 9th floor. And that's not where the coincidence, obviously that's okay. So Lady in Blue, I cannot for the life of me find if she was wearing blue when she unalived herself, but I do know that it happened on the 9th floor and kind of like the penthouse of the Hermitage Hotel. And why was she living there? Well, she was estranged from her husband at the time, who was a lumber baron by the name of Lou Frank. And his father, of course, was a prominent businessman in Nashville, too, by the name of James Frank. So they were very prominent, very large, wealthy family in Nashville, especially during the 1930s and early 1920s, because, a lumber baron, with the growth that was happening in and around Nashville in the 1920s, where are you getting all that wood? You're getting it from Lou Frank.
Wow.
But, Lou and Jenny's marriage, even though they lived for a long time together and had 2 children that were actually grown at the time, it was taking a turn for the worst. And so Jenny moved out and she took up residence in the beautiful Hermitage Hotel on the 9th floor. But on August 25th, 1930, I guess enough has enough, as she took poison and she was found dead in her room by her husband, Lou Frank. Okay, so where's the coincidence? It even says in the newspaper article that woman kills herself over separation, basically.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Dependency on separation from her beloved husband was given as the reason for the woman's act. It was said the couple had lived apart for almost 2 years. So here's this depressed woman living apart from her rich husband for 2 years in the Hermitage Hotel. And sure enough, as I have right in front of me, I have her death certificate, which does, I can find some stuff, man, which does say she died of poison, specifically mercury poisoning. 180 grams were found in her system.
Right. How insensitive is it, man, to actually put in the newspaper the reasoning for someone who's dealing with something like that, who potentially unalived themselves? That's just very, very insensitive when you think about it. You know,
it's interesting as an investigator. I find that very interesting that you brought that up.
Okay.
Because normally when you read about unalivings, you don't read about whys, right?
Right.
But in this case, we're reading about a why, and it's because of the husband that we loved, but we're separated from. So that's it. Well, remember, the Hermitage Hotel is a prestigious hotel. So when things like that happen, in a prestigious hotel, they definitely don't like it, because it could mean a missed check mark on their prestigious record.
Right.
So by giving this reason that this poor woman, was so love struck or just hurting because she was separated and that she couldn't take it anymore, that she just ended her life. It's like, oh, okay, well, that's fine. That's okay. That's totally understandable. That is, if she was the only person that died in the hotel on the 9th floor on August 25th, 1930.
Wait. So you're telling me multiple people passed away on the same floor of the same hotel on the same day? Were they connected? Did they know each other? Were they standing in the same room? Like, what are we talking about here, Mark?
Look, while I have no proof that they knew each other or were connected or were in the same room, what I do know, it was on the same floor in the 1930s, and both victims lived there. One for 2 years that we know for a fact, and the other also took up residence there. And the other person is a name of Albert Bloomfield, car salesman. So if you're thinking 1930s, not many car salesmen. And, if you're buying a car, you're spending a lot of money. So I would assume wealthy, lived in the hotel, in the resident part of the 9th floor suites, and he died of hemorrhaging of the brain.
Like an aneurysm or like
it could have been, yeah. I mean, hemorrhaging of the brain could be a lot of things. It could be an aneurysm, sure. It could be stroke, yeah. It could be knocked over the head with something so hard that your brain bleeds out and you die.
Oh, wow. Is that what happened?
I don't know. But I do have his death certificate.
Okay. Okay, Mark. Because I feel like you lift me up, then you bring me back down with it.
Well, why? Okay, first of all, you should stay up just the fact of alone that 2 people died on the same hotel, on the same floor, on the same day. Because
no, you got me.
Okay, good. Stay there. I'm keeping you there because I went back and I looked at all the people in Nashville that actually died on August 25th, 1930, and there were 4 people.
Wait, you actually did the research and you found out that only 4 people died in Nashville, Tennessee on that day?
I'm dedicated to my
specifically.
Shifter. My
okay,
shifter.
I love the research. I'm loving the work. Loving the work.
4 people. So Jenny, Albert, and 2 children. 2 child.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Now, I do not know where one of the child died. I don't know where the children died. I don't know anything other than they died.
Okay.
But remember I told you there's a infant child haunting as well?
Wait a minute. Okay, I see. Okay. So do you think that... Wait a minute. Do you think that she could have been pregnant? Would they have counted that as a child on record?
Absolutely.
To be...
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Or, and again, prestigious hotel, lumber baron, wealthy, money. Is it possible that said child was alive and said child died? Unalived as well? These are all possibilities because it's easier to cover up a child, especially one that might have been born illegitimately,
Right.
than it would be to cover up an adult 44-year-old woman. And, let's not forget her, perhaps, I don't know, I'm guessing lived in the same hotel on the same floor, 40-year-old lover?
So you think that she could have been in a relationship with this gentleman that stayed, but then why wouldn't they be living together? You're just going to be in a relationship, a long-term relationship with somebody that lived down the hall?
I never said that he lived down the hall, did I? I just assume he did because it just says his residence was 9th floor of Hermitage Hotel.
Is there a chance they could have been living there together? Oh my gosh.
Do you believe in coincidences? Because I don't. I do not believe in coincidences.
Okay.
So tell me all the people I just mentioned that said haunt this place.
So you got the gentleman. What's his name? Albert?
Albert Bloomfield.
Then you have the young lady who was separated from the lumber baron. That's 2. Then you said that there's potentially a child spirit, which coincides with 2 children passing away on that same date, but we don't have any records of their ages or where they passed away, which is interesting, which is very, very interesting. Okay, so we're looking at 3 and a possible, or 2 and a 2 and a quarter.
Yeah, 2 and a quarter for sure.
Yeah.
So
wow.
Yeah, so this is a crazy case. Full of coincidences.
Let me recap from my own understanding because
start
it was
poking
a
some
lot
holes.
to digest.
Go for me because I'm ready for you to poke the holes at me. Go for it.
So she passed away by taking poison. He passed away from brain bleeds. It
specifically says cerebral hemorrhage as cause of death.
Okay. So, and we were supposed to believe that she died due to her own self, and he passed away from hemorrhaging, just both of them randomly. Mm-hmm. Just on their own due times, this is just what happened.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Or we believe that maybe she could have been poisoned and then he could have been killed.
See, I don't.
Could it have been a murder unalivement? Could she have maybe hit him over the head with something and then took something to unalive herself? Or, you want me to keep throwing theories out there? Because I love Law and Order SVU and First 48 and all of that stuff.
Yeah, we have to find the truth, and that's why we do what we do. And that's why I just come up with the thoughts and the theories. But I like the fact that you got theories this time because I have a theory too. But you go ahead.
Okay. Could the lumber baron hear me out? Because you just opened up another can of worms for me. Initially in the story, when you were like 2 people died the same day at the hotel on the same floor, I thought, damn, that's kind of weird for 2 people to be staying in 2 separate rooms on the same floor and something happened. And you was like, I never said they were in separate rooms.
I never did.
I was like, Mind blown. What if they were in the same room, found in the same room? Okay, so with that theory, what if Mr. Lumber Baron man, jilted lover, what if he comes, knocks Buddy over the head, right? Now he's out. And then what if he feeds her poison? But see, that to me, this is me putting on my murder hat. This is me putting on my not my detective, but me as a murderer.
Oh, you're a murderer. So your murder hat goes that way? Okay, like
my murder hat goes this way.
Like Will Smith in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Okay, got it.
Because we saw how he did Chris Rock.
Oh,
That's
man.
definitely
he murdered Chris Rock. He murdered and he murdered his career. So
oh man. But no. So here's my question. How does one kill two people with two different methods at the same time? So let's go back to the OJ. Let's go back to OJ.
Okay.
Even
OJ,
with the OJ trial, even with the Nicole Simpson and Ronald Goldman, both of them.
Can I stop real quick?
Yeah.
I got a sandwich here because I knew this would be good. Go ahead.
Okay. So please enjoy your sandwich. But no, even with the Ronald Goldman and Nicole Simpson, they both were killed in the same manner. So that was whoever showed up to her house and caught both of them, and they both were stabbed. So this circumstance would lend for a killer to, unless, hold on. Let me put my killer hat back. Let me put my killer hat back on. Let me put my killer hat back on.
Boy, the twists and turns are.
What if Lumber Baron dude comes to the hotel where his ex was, finds her, and maybe he poisons her. And then the other gentleman comes, sees what has happened, and then Lumber Baron bashes him over the head. That's the only way I feel like you can get a double kill with two different methods. Because it had to be unexpected and unplanned. That had to be like in the moment thinking. Like
Crime
he had to have
passion.
gotten caught. Crime of passion. He got caught poisoning her. It was too late. Buddy catches him. He hits him in the head, and now he got two. That's how I would have did it.
I like it. So if you were a murderer,
if my hat was the other way,
yeah,
that's probably what I would have done.
Yeah, if you were a murderer, that you wanted. Well, so here's the thing. I have a theory too. Wait, so which theory? So you're going with it's husband because it's always the husband.
I'm going to go with that one because it just makes sense. And I'm going to go with the husband finding her first, trying to poison her, however he pulled that stunt off. And then the other dude stumbling upon it and him getting bashed in the head. That's what I feel.
Okay. I like your style.
Okay.
I definitely think the same thing, that the husband had something to do with this. I think she was perhaps pregnant or just had a child. And this would have been, they weren't divorced, by the way. So this would have been a bastard child, perhaps, since we know they've been separated. And this child possibly belonged to Mr. Albert Bloomfield. And at the time, good old Lou was like, I have a reputation to uphold here. And I can't have you gallivanting with some man and having his child. So when he finds out either A, she's pregnant or had his child illegitimately, it became time to end child and mother's life.
That's so horrible.
Disgusting. And and again, theory. So I'm coming up with a crazy theory, just like you did, but this is my theory. And then, of course, it was like, I ain't done, because the man that did this to my wife, he gonna get it too. So I just feel like if both of them were unaliving themselves with the same poison, mercury, I believe, right? I said mercury. With the same mercury, that would be way too coincidental. And that would have been able to tie them together. So I think there had to be two different methods. This isn't just some random, like Nicole Brown Simpson, Ron Goldman situation where, Ron Goldman's in the wrong place at the wrong time because, good old whoever did it, because, they never found the killer of that one, walked up on Nicole and then just happened to see Ron, and Ron just, had to get it too because, I'm sure he recognized who the killer was. But this isn't that situation. I think this is premeditated. I think this was, I need to end this woman. She's depressed because we're separated, which why I'm sure the lumber baron, because what makes newspaper?
Mark, I hear you, but I'm thinking, and something just hit me like a ton of bricks.
Not wood, not lumber.
Not wood. But here's the thing, because what didn't sit well with me was, okay, lumber baron, how does he get his ex to ingest poison? There's a level of trust has to be there. So let me throw you a curveball, Mark. Let me throw you a curveball. What if Albert, her current lover, was trying to get her up out of there for whatever reason? Because he's the one that could be close enough to poison her. And what if the lumber baron stumble upon the aftermath of said poisoning, and he sees this man hovering over his ex-wife, or his current wife, who he had just poisoned, and the lumber baron then clocks Albert over the head in revenge? So what if the lumber baron actually saved the day? I'm just throwing out theories, y'all. What do y'all think in the comments?
Yeah, there's so many angles here, but I think we can all agree that the coincidences are just out of control in this one. I think.
Right.
I think, and then the fact that they all, like I said, we don't know what she was wearing, but 9th floor, specifically room 912, which I found out was actually 908, but they've remodeled the hotel because they used to be suites. And so they took the suites and they shrunk them because they were full of apartments, like 1-bedroom apartments probably up there. And now so 912 is now where they say it happened and say is the most haunted room in the hotel, but it was really 908 because of the way the rooms went back then. But anyways, that's if you just go and stay and pay $600 a night to go into 912. And if you go and you ask, hey, what about all the hauntings that go on here at the Hermitage Hotel? No.
They don't talk about it at all? They're not going to say that?
They do not like the fact that they are known as a haunted hotel. They do not promote it. They love their rich history. They are the site of the women's suffrage movement. They are so embracive, and only if you and I walk in there at 6 a.m., I'm telling you right now, we're getting kicked right out. Not that we look poor. I'm just saying,
But why are we in a 5-star hotel at 6 o'clock in the morning?
Right. We're getting kicked out. I mean, it's not because we look poor. It's because we look like paranormal investigators, hands down.
Right.
Because we do. I know you do. In fact, a lot of people know that you do. So they're going to recognize you. They're going to be like, oh, Ghost Brother's here. He ain't checking in. Get him out of here. Yeah. We'll be approached immediately if we go in there. So what should we do naturally?
At least try.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd hate to. Now, are you prepared to do some clandestine action?
Listen, man, there ain't been a clandestine that I ain't stein in the 50s if it ever stein me.
You a clandestine Steiner.
I'm a Steiner. You hear me? I'm down for the cause.
We might have to do some remote spear boxing. Yeah.
I like where your head is. I like where your head is.
Yeah.
Because we both might not be able to get in. If one of us can sneak in, the other one can facilitate.
I'm just saying.
But that leads me to another. You might have just.
Stop.
Wait,
hold on.
Might have just.
I got a sandwich because I knew this one was going to be a good episode.
Oh, Mark, you brilliant sir. Remote spirit box sessions? Is that what we're about to do? Okay. I'm liking where your head is. That can open up a whole can of worms. A lot of can of worms. Because if we can do this remote,
yeah,
who's to say we can't be all over the world remotely?
I'm down. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I want to take a flight across the pond and go somewhere, but like, you know, things are inflation's high here, you know, so you know, gas prices are a little expensive, but you know what? They don't let me out of the lair much anyway. So let's do it from the comfort of my own lair.
They see you eating on the job. How you eating a sandwich during the podcast?
No, but here's why. Because this is such a good story. It's like one of those, like, listen, I'm telling you, you know, this story is so wild. It's like everybody is like, let me get my favorite popcorn, a little glass of wine or something. And I'm like, yo, I knew it. I'm like, dig in. Let's go. Sandwich for this one.
Let's go, man. I'm with it. So what else do you have for me, man?
Sorry.
Okay.
I appreciate it. You waiting. Because, good story, man. No,
hey, man, it's a good story and even better sandwich.
It's good sandwich. My wife made it. Turkey. I love turkey. Good turkey sandwich. Can't go wrong. Got to take a nap after this. Anyways, so yeah, I think with all the theories, I mean, obviously, you know, we're here to like, you know, kill all theories for lack of a better term. But I think we need to go, ironically, if this is ironic or not. I don't know. Sometimes I say things are ironic and they're not ironic, but ironically, the good Franks are buried in the same cemetery as Albert Bloomfield.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so we should probably head to that cemetery. And I think we should talk to all three of these people and see what we got.
Get their side of the story.
Yeah, I really want to know because Jenny and Lou are buried side by side. So Jenny was included in the Frank family plot, even though she unalived herself. No, there is not infant child buried there either. So, not sure where that happened to that. But look, here's the thing. When you're a 5-star hotel as prominent as Hermitage Hotel, you don't want anyone to know that you're haunting, you know, you're a haunted hotel. Right. And you probably didn't want anyone to know about an unalive situation or a homicide in your hotel in 1930s, because that's just bad for business. So you're going to do whatever you can to cover it up. So I think you got a lot of players here. I think you got the hotel. I think you got the newspaper. I think you got the Franks because they were prominent, you know. So Lou's definitely a part of this, and anyone that is associated with them. So I also looked up the history of the Franks. Like James Frank, Lou's father, was a 32nd Mason, which is like a high up, like general Freemason. You know what I mean? Like it's a major deal, like got the ring and everything. So, you know, if you're just that prominent in a city that is of Nashville, then I think a cover up, especially in the 1930s, is possible. But then again, what happened could have just been coincidental.
But you don't believe in coincidences. So where's the fun in that?
What do you think?
Just talking to you, man, I rambled off a lot of theories, man. And the only one that felt right logistically, you know what I mean, would be the lumber baron catching Albert, poisoning her, and then him killing Albert. Right. Because I just can't see how the lumber baron could get her to trust him enough. Right. Or get close enough for him to poison her. Right. Unless it was look over there and you know what I'm saying, type situation. Or she went to the restroom. We did the whole switcheroo with the drinks.
There are other ways to poison somebody.
How? Without getting close to them?
Getting close, you syringe them.
You think he shot her up with some?
Well, I'm just saying it's possible. It's not just like, hey, let me sprinkle a little something in your drink and here, have a drink. Here, let's toast to your new child. No, I mean,
Well, look, excuse me, Mark, for not knowing how to poison people, bro.
Yeah, I mean that's the fun way of doing it. Like the famous scene in A Princess Bride. Like, which one did you take? Switched it.
You guessed wrong.
You only think I guessed wrong. That's what's so funny. I switched glasses when your back was turned. Ha ha, you fool.
Anyways, but I look. I don't know. I've never poisoned anybody. Look, it's also possible that Lou knew the coroner, and the coroner just was like, "Yep, suicide. Yeah, unalived." Yeah, he wrote unalived. By the way, it says unalive. YouTube, by the way, on the death certificate, it says unalive.
Does it really?
No, it doesn't. It says the S word. S word.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So anyone that has the name Baron at the end, I would take it you probably considered have a lot of money. So maybe this person would definitely have the means to alter death certificates, records, all of that stuff, right?
I'm just saying it was the 1930s, and y'all know that that's a shady era in all American history. I mean, we're in the midst of Prohibition and Al Capone and all these things. Oh, by the way, there is a rumor that Al Capone stayed at this hotel. Not true. Just clearing that up right now. But you know who did? John Dillinger, who was from Chicago and a famous gangster.
We need to visit them. I have a whole, I don't want to say fetish.
Of John Dillinger?
Not John Dillinger, but just like the 1930 gangster era.
Yeah.
I just have a strong connection to that era. I would love for us to do an entire Why They Hunt series with just doing gangsters. From Bonnie and Clyde to John Dillinger to Ma Barker to Pretty Boy Floyd to Babyface Nelson. All of those people would be super dope.
You sound like a fan of baseball cards, and you collect every 1930s baseball or gangster card there was, which I totally get. Yeah, because I am a huge fan of those who end lives in a serial fashion. I am huge fan of the ender lifers in a serial fashion, guys. And I have all their cards, every single one of them. I got the TB, I got the D-er guy, I got all the rookie cards too, like the TB rookie card.
Wow.
Yeah, when he's got the mugshot. Yeah, that's like the most elusive guy who ends life in a serial fashion card there is.
That's insane, man. But we're gonna definitely, if y'all think that we should do a Why They Hunt series based on strictly old time gangsters and stuff like that, let us know. Because listen, we produce content for you guys.
Yeah.
Damn what we want, baby. It's all about y'all.
Yeah, but that sounds like something we would want to do. We would want to do
100%.
1930s gangsters. Yeah, for sure. I know Bonnie and Clyde are not too far from good old Nashville and Atlanta.
Hey man, they're in Dallas. So we actually we did the Spirit Box session of Bonnie and Clyde on our channel. So go back and look at those videos, guys.
That's right.
I've actually I've been to the place in Louisiana where they were killed and shot. Went to the place where they had their last meal. We should go and experience that whole thing together, Mark, bro. I would love to see what kind of responses we get in all those locations.
You know, it's interesting. I've always had a personal connection to Bonnie and Clyde because they actually were killed on my birthday.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I wasn't born yet, but it's my birthday. Yeah. They were killed in 1930 sometime, but it was May 24th, which is my birthday, which you missed, but you can still send me a gift.
Yes. No, I was with you on your birthday, Mark. What are you talking about?
You were, and you were the gift. I'm talking about to the fans at home if they want.
All of our supporters at home. You missed Mark's birthday, guys.
No, you were with me. You were all the gift I needed. That and the Chipotle you got me. Thanks.
The gift that keeps on giving.
My wife thanked you too. Just FYI.
But no, okay. We got some good stuff coming, Mark.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. I mean, look, I know you guys got 100,000 theories as well. That was kind of what excited me about this whole story. Again, I don't believe in coincidences. So when I found this, I knew, I know there are a lot of people that are going to be like, there are such things as coincidences. That's fine. I don't believe in them. And so I just think there's too many random things. Oh, and I didn't even mention how I think his head is hemorrhaged. And this is going to blow your mind.
Okay.
Blow it. So remember I told you that one of the things you see in the hotel is the big mirror in the lobby cracking?
Yes.
And then going away?
Yes.
What if, because mirrors were made of like silver and gold back then, what if old lumber baron took old mirror that old Scholzberger Frank Jenny had that she used to do herself up with? What if he took that from the nightstand and attacked old Albert Bloomfield in the head, cracking it so hard, causing his brain to hemorrhage? Just saying.
That would have to be one heavy-ass hand mirror, man.
Well, yeah, but they were back then. If you go to an antique store, which I know you frequent,
you're right.
You will pick one up. They're heavy. I think it's possible that a mirror could kill somebody if hit hard enough or hit multiple times. It didn't even say, it just says cerebral hemorrhage. So what if he hit him multiple times in the head? Now that's some gangster S-H-I-Tizizzy. You know what I mean? Like that is
beating a man to death with a mirror. That's wild. With a hand mirror.
Yeah. I just think Lou Frank was a gangster and was into some and he actually would pass away 5 years later. So he didn't make it much longer either. So
living a life like that, you can't, man.
No.
You can't. You live by the hemorrhaging, you die by the hemorrhaging.
Yeah, so I think he's got some demons. So we're gonna go say hello to them, and I can't wait to see you. It's a cemetery in the north side of Nashville, so don't get lost. Okay.
Yes, sir. I'm excited, man. Who knew that Nashville had such interesting history?
Yeah,
like, come on, man.
No, I gotta be honest. I didn't before I moved here, but then as soon as I moved here, I immersed myself in it. All right, so north side of town. Meet me at the Temple Cemetery on the north side of Nashville. See you there.
Can I meet you at the Chipotle first?
Sure. I mean, yeah. I think it's right around the corner.
Wow.